Ejiro and Solomon are the life in the jungle in the town of Ogiron. As the real hustlers, making money from anything and anywhere is the goal. But how frustrating can it be when something else not even necessary keeps milking your little means? Ejiro's drunken father has become a burden to the young man. But could Ejiro have a twin brother? Let's find out. Bamidele is a medical doctor who just arrived from London after spending many years there schooling. His father, Adebayo, is an ambitious politician who's running the gubernatorial campaign in the forthcoming election. And his mother, Amaka, missed her son so much that his happiness is her utmost priority. Adebayo and his family were invited by Chief Ometere, who is his very good friend and also a businessman. He wanted to see who Bamidele has grown to become after a long time of his absence while studying abroad. Chief also had a wife, Olichi, who was also eager to see Bamidele, together with their daughter, Ada. It was a wonderful get-together well spent. Adebayo wants the chief's support in aiding his political campaign financially, and in return, Chief Ometere wants Bamidele to marry his daughter in return. Although Amaka doesn't like the idea, but she had no choice. Solomon is Ejiro's best friend. They are passionate about becoming stars in the music industry, but things haven't been rosy for them, especially without support from anyone. And with the little they earn, Ejiro tried as much as possible to make sure his father and sister were okay. His younger sister got to find out that their father wasn't in with the food she bought for him. This was surprising to them, because he never passed through the door. Ejiro just recalled and then went to check where he hid his little savings. He found out that his father already took it. He already knew his father's favorite spot. He was very angry with his father with the habit of stealing his little earnings for a useless lifestyle, but his father doesn't care. Ejiro was still not happy because the money was meant to be their transportation to go perform an important show that night. Solomon told him not to worry. He still had some little cash for the transportation. Adebayo opened up to his son about his intentions and why he wants him to marry Ada. But Bamidele is already engaged to a lady called Holly. He wouldn't jeopardize his love for his father's ambition. Adebayo wants Amaka to talk to her son since he wouldn't listen to him, but she also doesn't want to go against her son's wishes. Kemi is Bamidele's only sister. She was teasing her brother concerning the marriage arrangement with Ada when his phone rang. It was Jude. He is also a doctor and a family friend. He wanted to let Kemi know that he wouldn't be free for the evening show. Kemi felt bad and wanted to go for the show. Bamidele offered to go with her. It was time for clubbing and fun. Solomon and Ejiro were given an opportunity to perform tonight. The two friends were already on stage about to make an intro when Kemi almost freaked out. Bamidele and Ejiro saw something looking familiar when they heard gunshots, and everyone hid to safety. Solomon already heard the news about the conflict between two robbery gangs, which disrupted the show. But Ejiro wasn't interested. He wasn't just happy that their opportunity to perform in such a significant venue was wasted just like that. Bamidele and Kemi had their opinion of thoughts. After what they saw last night, Bamidele thinks he might be a twin, while Kemi believes that he came across his doppelganger. Kemi just reminded him of his scheduled date with Ada. He was already getting worked up with his dad's persistence, but just had to do it. They both went on a date, but Ada's manners and etiquette was so displeasing, and there's no way he was going to accept such public embarrassment from her again. There should be another way. Suddenly something crossed his mind. But what could that be? Bamidele finds a way to meet with Ejiro. He has a plan. Since his parents had not been in town, they could arrange something. Bamidele wants him to take his place and possibly marry Ada, but Ejiro thinks it's a crazy idea until he receives a call. His father has been admitted. He has a liver disease which needs a transplant as soon as possible. The operation will cost him 14 million naira. Ejiro will do what Bamidele asked for 20 million naira. That shouldn't be a problem for Bamidele. The preparations to switch sides were already on. Bamidele had to let Kemi and Jude know his plans. This means Ejiro will be absent for a while to take his place in the mansion. The only problem was how they deal with their personal characters. Jude, as a medical doctor, has to play his role to cover up that. Ejiro was brought into the house with the belief that he had an accident. The mission was yet to begin, and Ejiro had already started misbehaving. He was so marveled with the lifestyle of the rich. He is beginning to think that the 20 million naira was too small for the bargain. Mr. Adebayo and his wife had to rush home after they got the news about the accident. Amaka rushed in to see her son. Ejiro's character was already conflicting as he called her Mumsy instead of Mom. Jude must convince his parents that Bamidele hit his head hard on the dashboard, which resulted in a slight memory loss, but assured them that he will be okay soon. Amaka wouldn't agree, but Adebayo was convinced with Jude's analysis. Kemi and her mom sat out one afternoon, and she decided to ask her mother if Bamidele had a twin, but her mom laughed and tried to cover it. Amaka met her husband to ask him why he told their daughter about the other twin, but he didn't. Suddenly, they heard a strange noise. It was Ejiro. The parents both concluded that they will take him abroad for medical treatment. Kemi was still curious to know if her brother is a twin. Bamidele stays temporarily with Jude now. He told her not to worry, that Jude was going to run a DNA test to confirm that. Chief Ometere and his family came to visit his friend when they had the news about Bamidele. On the dining table, Chief and his family weren't okay with the meal. Ejiro as well has been trying hard not to embarrass the family. Ada noticed it. She told him she knows where to get a nice meal. They went to a local buka for better meals. Ada was surprised to see Bamidele acting and doing the unusual unlike the first date. From there, she told him about a concert which will be fun, so they went together. It's getting late and everyone was already worried as he wasn't picking his calls, but Kemi kept trying. After longer hours, he picked to let them know that he was fine. The next morning, Kemi wanted to have a word with him because no one keeps late nights in the family, but Ejiro was already tired and wanted to sleep. It's high time Ejiro accelerated things. He told his parents that he wants to get married to Ada. His parents wanted to know he was sure about it. His mother asked what would happen to Holly, but the presumed Bamidele has no idea who Holly is. Amaka doesn't agree with her husband on this. Her son isn't himself at the moment. He couldn't even remember his fiancé name. But Adebayo seems to be happy with the push to help get the money he is seeking from Chief Ometere. He then called the chief to tell him the good news. Ejiro got news from his friend that his father wants to see him at the hospital, but he can't leave because the Ometeres are coming to celebrate his engagement with Ada. Bamidele decided to represent him at the hospital. Ejiro's father is in pretty bad condition now. He then woke up. All he kept saying was that he saw his mother. Bamidele calls Ejiro later on that everything will be okay, while Jude is also running a DNA test. Bamidele met with Solo. He wanted to know everything about Ejiro and his father. Bamidele felt really bad about the unhealthy conditions of the poor people just to survive. Solo showed him Ejiro's crib. Then he knew that life seems to be unfair to certain people. Ejiro, on the other hand, seems to be enjoying the privilege and comfortability that come with being a rich kid. Ada had to open up to him that her parents once lived in Ogairon as paupers. Ejiro thinks this is the opportunity for him to get married to her, at least to better his life. Suddenly, Holly showed up. Their plans were already messed up with the presence of Holly. Adebayo tried to explain, but Chief Ometere thinks that he is being played around like a child. He promised not to fund his campaign any longer except the right thing be done. Adebayo knew his wife was behind this to have invited Holly to disrupt the engagement. They were still in argument when Kemi and Holly came out. She's heartbroken and wanted to leave when Bamidele came in. Kemi had already called him. Holly doesn't want to listen to him until Ejiro comes in. Everyone except Kemi was dumbfounded with their presence. They are twins with the DNA result. Amaka should have a better explanation to this. Amaka had a set of twins, but the doctor told them one died. They decided not to know what killed him since they didn't have the financial means to take care of Bamidele and his brother. Adebayo and his wife used to live in Ogairon also. Ejiro was surprised to hear this. It's high time he left, but Amaka wanted him to stay. When his phone rang, it was Solo. His father was dying and wanted to see Ejiro for the last time. Kemi and her children came in after a while. He tried to let Ejiri know that his true family is here now for him before he died. But what really happened? This happened 30 years ago as a result of negligence from the matron, and one of the twins was mistakenly changed. But nature will always uncover every hidden truth for as long as day and night still exists. Thanks for watching. Please comment your thoughts, and also like and share this video for more super amazing videos that we are bringing to you. And if you're watching from our YouTube channel, you can also subscribe and turn on your notification for more. Thank you.